Welcome everybody to another episode of the Global Renaissance Podcast. I'm your host, Trevor Barrett. I got a special guest with me, my guy Tyler, aka Santosvisions. How you doing, bro?
What's up, my boy? Chilling.
Appreciate you coming through. Now, Tyler is probably, if not one of the hottest videographers in Boston. Make sure y'all tap in with him if you need, any video needs, if you're a rapper or whatever. But I want you to introduce yourself.
Okay. So yeah, my name's Tyler, but you know me as Tyler, or like some of my older friends, closer friends know me as Tyler, but I do go by Santos or Santosvisions in terms of like the video scene. Yeah, and pretty much I mainly do music videos. If you've ever seen any rapper from Boston, chances are we've probably shot something. But yeah.
So one thing about you is, Tyler and I, we went to high school together. And I remember there was like a moment where you was like, yo, I'm doing this video thing. And you just did it.
Yeah.
And he did it for real. So I want you to kind of take me into that first decision. First of all, you're from Boston. Talk about your upbringing a little bit and how you even got to the point where you decided, hey, videography is the thing that I want to do.
All right, so I'm from Dorchester. Dorchester, Roxbury. I've like gone back and forth. But yeah, in high school, honestly, I took a couple classes, like photography classes. I don't know if you ever took them or seen them. Like, it was like for the art requirements and shit. And I took photography, and it really started with that. But I don't know, I hated photography. And then I just started doing, I used to do cover arts for people, like in practice with Photoshop and shit like that. And then I think one day I was with Devontae, a kid who we went to school with, and he had some music out, and we went, like, after school, I had my camera with me. He's like, yo, let's just film a music video. I was like, all right. I had no idea what I was doing. And we shot something, sat there for, like, hours on the computer trying to put it together, watching videos on how to do that. I can swear, right?
Yeah.
All right, how to do that shit. And then pieced it together, and then I think after that, I kind of, like, tested the waters. I don't even think I really, that was before, like, Santosvisions or anything like that. I was just kind of fooling around. I think I shot maybe like one or two more music videos, and then I took a long break after that. Like, I got into school, went to college, and it wasn't until like the end of freshman year or sophomore year where I made Santosvisions. And honestly, I started it just to do like videos in general, like any type of videos. And then I can't remember like the first actual music video I did or something like that, but I know it was like an artist from Boston. He just hit me up when we were like good friends. He's like, yo, how much for a music video? I'm like, $50. Said some random number.
Yeah.
And I just remember we shot something at like Boston Bowl, and
Classic.
he paid me. Yeah, classic. You got to do the arcade videos. And I had no idea what I was doing, but I just bullshitted it. I was like, all right, I'm just going to act like I know what I'm doing, act like I know what I'm saying. And I ended up putting together that video. I don't think it ever even dropped, but shit, after that, I got one of his other boys to hit me up, and he's like, yo, let's do a video. Bam, I did it for like another $50, and then I'm like, hold on, like, making money off of shooting videos, It's not that bad. And then honestly, I just like started to just like watch videos, like what type of camera you need and stuff like that, and then that's how I kind of delved deeper into it.
Word.
But like that was like the start of it.
Were you doing YouTube at one
Yeah,
point? I think I remember that.
That's what it was. I was doing YouTube in high school, like the vlogs and like the corny stuff, like the pranks and shit like that. But yeah, so I feel like I've always had something for like making videos type stuff.
So talk to me about the difference between like being in front of the camera, like when you was doing vlogs, and then being just strictly behind the camera. Like, what was it about it, like the vlog and the YouTube thing, that you were just like, I want to do this?
I'm a shy person. Like, I feel like, especially in high school, I don't know, I'm just not a very talkative person or like loud person. So I to this day, like, I feel like I'm so awkward in front of the camera, and just like I got used to it. But like something about, I don't know, just like whenever I used to listen to music back then, like I would always just like picture things in my head, like just like random shit. And then when I first started the music video stuff, like I'll listen to songs and just write down kind of what came to my head, and it'll be like, okay, I'm hearing a song. Oh, I could see a scene, someone driving by and then throwing money or something, whatever it may be. And then as like it like progressed, I kind of like got more like, I don't know, I don't want to say it's a talent or like something, but like, I don't know, whenever I listen to music, I just think of like a scene that pops up into my head, and that's kind of how I ended up being like, all right, this is something I want to take more serious. And that's when I took like a break from like the YouTube stuff. It really wasn't like, I'm like, this is not really what I want to do. And it's kind of like, I don't know, it's like superficial or fake, just like sitting in front of like the camera and like talking or like pranks and stuff like that. I don't know, but yeah. So I don't know. It's just maybe like I start to see certain things and just like I don't know. It's like a calling almost.
Mm-hmm. Talk to me about that because I actually do think that's super interesting in terms of like creating a music video. And from your side, you're not necessarily, it's not your music that you're producing stuff for. Like you're listening to somebody else's stuff, and you have to come up with an idea of what you want it to look like. They got to come up with an idea of what they want it to look like, and then you got to kind of marry those two things together. So talk to me about like the process of actually, okay, if someone hits you up and says, "Hey, I want you to do a music video for me." What does that process look like?
All right, so now that I'm like fully developed and stuff like that, my system really is like I get a lot of DMs and like people either asking like, "Yo, how much for a video?" or like, "Yo, I'm trying to shoot something." You can always kind of tell like from like the way people hit you up, like who's being serious and who's not. Mm-hmm. So sometimes I'll just send them a price and they'll be like, "I bet," or they'll never hit me back, or like something like that. And you can tell like, all right, they're not really serious. But then there'll be people like, "Yo, bro, I have this song." They'll send me the song. Like, listen to it, tell me what you think about it. I'm really trying to shoot, and then I'll listen to the person, kind of do my not background check on them, but like check out their page, see what they're about, their image, stuff like that, and then like we'll lock in like a deposit, and then from there it's really just like I'll sit down, listen to the song like for the next like 2-3 days, something like that, and try to. If they don't have any ideas, I'll come up with like a Google Doc and just write a treatment of basically like location 1, scene 1, like, and just write down everything that comes to my head. And then I'll send that over to the person. He'll tell me like, "Oh, I fuck with this. I don't like this." And then from there, it's really just we'll like say like we have a scene to do at an Airbnb. We'll book the Airbnb, set up the dates and stuff like that, and kind of just the day of go ahead and shoot.
So if you need, for example, let's say you're doing a shoot and you're like, all right, I want to do it at this B&B. I want models. I want this. I want that. Are you the one that's actually doing the booking, or do you have the artist do that?
It really depends, because sometimes like the more developed artists kind of already have those connections, but I also have those connections as well. But yeah, it depends. But like there's a lot of times when like artists tell me like, "Yo, I wanna shoot with a piano. Do you know any spots that have pianos that I could play the piano while I'm singing? And I want a girl to sit on the piano. This night, can you find a girl?" And usually I'll send them like, "Yo, I have this spot I've shot at before, or this relationship with this person that owns a piano." And I'll send them like a list of like models I already worked with, and send them like, these are their budgets. This is like kind of the stuff they've done with me in the past, and really go from there.
So bring it back just a little bit. In terms of like your confidence, because you were saying you're kind of shy.
Yeah.
But in terms of your confidence, one, doing something that's not traditional, right? Like, first of all, to have any type of craft where you're charging people is already like, people, you know how it goes when you set your price. People like, you want me to pay for this?
Yeah,
like, it's crazy.
Facts.
So can you talk about, that initial, all right, I'm putting myself out there, I'm charging this is what we're doing, and what that growth in your confidence and your skills was like?
Yeah, so starting off, I really wasn't confident. Like I said, I started off with $50, and to be fair, I didn't know what I was doing, so that's a fair price. But once I got a new camera, like a standard camera that most directors or videographers kind of use, like on a low scale run and gun type of shoot, I really went to like, I did so much research on what people charge, and it was like so hard because like a lot of people from LA, so the prices are like 500, 600, and then I'm just starting out, so I'm like, I don't know what to charge. And I think I just chose like, I'm gonna do 150, and that was like what I was like, all right, 150. And then I shot a video for G Fredo. I don't know if you know who that is, but he was an artist hot in Boston, and the video me and him shot, that was like my first ever video, and we shot that, and it got like 100K in a month. And then so many people started to hit me after that, and I was like, all right. So I forget who told me, but someone was like, "Bro, 150 is kind of low. You should do at least like 200 or whatever." So I set my price at 250, and then I used to just, people who used to hit me up, or I used to reach out to a lot of people and just be like, "Yo, this is my work. I'm trying to shoot, bro. This is my prices." And hold on, I got to backtrack. But like before the 150, I think I was ranging anywhere from like 50 to 100, and I was hitting up a lot of people like trying to get a client, because this is when I really wasn't booming. Like I asked a lot of people like, "Yo, I like your music. I'm trying to work. And a lot of people turned me down. I used to tell people like, "Yo, $100, and niggas would tell me like, "What, bro? Like $100? I'm not shooting no music video for $100 or whatever it may be." And I got denied a lot. And it wasn't until that person, G Fredo, I asked him, and they ended up going through with it. Did the video for 150, and that shit did numbers. And then after that, I raised my prices a little bit to 250, and feel like I start to reach a different like clientele, like niggas who are in the streets, and you know what I'm saying. Money's not like that. Money come and go for them, so it's not.
It's not.
It's not. Yeah, it's not an issue to spend $250, and a lot of them was telling me like, yo, bro, like you're talented, bro. You should charge a lot. Charge a little bit more. But they'd be like, don't charge me. Facts, don't charge me, but you should be charging more, bro. Like that type of thing. And then I think I did $250 for like the first year I shot videos, and I seen a lot of like I did it like maybe like 10 to 15 videos a month. Like I was just doing 10 to 15 videos a month for like $250, and it felt good. But then at a certain point, it felt like, yo, I'm doing a lot of work. Like a lot of people, and my cousin had told me like, yo, bro, when demand goes, like supply's going up, bro, like you gotta raise your prices. Like people want you more, like you gotta raise your prices. So you start weeding out the people who aren't serious or just trying to hop on the bandwagon. And I was so like reluctant to like just like, bro, I don't know if someone's gonna pay $400 for a video. I don't know if someone's gonna pay, like, you know what I'm saying? So I just kind of start to test the waters. Like a new client hit me up, be like, oh yeah, it's $300, and they pay that $300, and then 3 more people pay the $300. I'm like, okay, so now I can't go back down to $250. And then I think like my second year into it, I was like, all right, let me see if I can get people to do $500. And I would send like 2 packages out. I'd be like, yo, this package is $750, comes with the drone, this and that. And then I would make the lower one $500, and I'll just take off like one of the things, like no drone for this. And people would see the $250 and be like, I'm $750, and be like, nah, hell no. But then they would be like, oh, $500, yeah, it's reasonable. And then I did $500 for like the second year for like a long time. And I don't know, I just kept like pushing like the button, just seeing like how far I could go. And a lot of people kept telling me like, yo, bro, your work's worth more than $500. But you always, like you say, you get those people that like, yo, $500, I'm not paying $500 for this creative, like, what, music video? Like, bro, you just click the button on the camera. That's what they think.
Yeah.
But yeah, to the point where I start to hit 900, 1,000, and just, I don't know. So, but it's always like nerve-wracking or kind of scary to tell someone your prices, because you don't want to get like shut down, or like you feel like you're overcharging someone, you know. So it's kind of hard finding like your work where it's like you're not overcharging someone, but like, you know what I'm saying, you're putting the work you're putting in, is equals out the pay that you get.
Yeah. Can you talk about what that work is like? So like, let's say anybody who's listening to us is interested in becoming a videographer. Tell them what it looks like to actually do. Because I'm telling y'all, I edit my stuff for this podcast. It's not real editing, I promise you. And I hate doing it. So you got to explain exactly what goes into editing a video.
The shooting part's the easy part, really. That's like, shoots are usually like anywhere from like 3 to 5 hours. Unless like it's a bigger production, then it's like an all day or 2 day type of thing. But shooting is always fun and kind of easy. It's really when you go and sit down in front of the computer, you're like, damn. That's where the real work comes in. And like, to put like, I don't know if I could put like a time frame on it, but like maybe time spent actually at the computer, like 12 hours, 16 hours, maybe something like that. But like, obviously over like a span of a week or whatever. But yeah, editing is the hard part, because you really, once you shoot, you gotta go home. Say you shot like 300 clips, you gotta go through, organize them. Like, okay, this is the scene of him pouring lean. This is the scene of him rapping in front of the car. This is the scene of him rapping at the club, and just do that for every single one. Put it out, and then once you get that, you drop it all into the editing software, like organize it, and that shit takes forever. I feel like that stuff takes forever. And then after that, that's when you actually start the video, and just, I don't know. For me, I like to like go through the song, listen to the song, take notes, write notes on my like like to write on paper just so I can see it, and it's like, all right, I'm gonna do this scene here, this scene there. But like the editing part's like really weird. Like that's like the most time consuming.
So you said you were doing, at one point, you were doing 10 to 15 videos a month. This is when you were in school, right?
Yeah, so I was really shooting during like vacation. So like I'd come back from school, because I went to school in Florida. So I'd come back from Florida like December, January, and I just try to shoot as many videos as I can, so that when I go back, I have stuff to do. So I'd shoot like anywhere from like literally like 10 to like 20 videos. Honestly, back then I was shooting a lot. 10 to 20 videos December, and then in January, and then I'll just be editing them like as like the semester goes on throughout school, and then come back summertime, do the same thing, then go back to school type shit.
You were doing I remember seeing you had like applied to like this Red Bull something.
Yeah.
It was like a challenge or something like that. What was that?
It was so it was called Red Bull Can You Make It? And I don't know if they still do it, but it was like for a couple of years they were doing like basically like kids at universities could submit a 1-minute clip of I can't remember exactly like what the 1-minute clip was supposed to be about. I think it was supposed to be about like your team, and like like you're supposed to promote Red Bull in like like their can a specific way, or show it in like a different way. And as well as promote your teammates. So like they would take like a couple schools, a couple teams from like say Florida. Florida's a big state, so maybe like 10 schools, and they'd have 10 teams from Florida, 2 teams from Mass, or whatever it may be. So my team, we made it like a 60-second video. I edited it and we submitted it. We ended up getting picked and we won the like the competition to go, or we won the chance to like enter, or we won, like we got in to the competition. And so they basically, it was 10 days. You get shipped over to Europe. They take away your phone, so you have no phone, no money, and you basically have to document the entire trip from I think there was different starting points, but we like started in Spain and you end in New Amsterdam. And basically you just have to document how traveling from Spain to New Amsterdam without no technology, no money, and just document the whole thing, and then basically make a video of it afterwards. But I can't remember the exact point of the competition, but
that sounds a little crazy. Like,
yeah.
Why are you sending me across the world with no phone, no money, no nothing?
It was definitely crazy. I don't, the kid that my man's that had told me about it. He had like worked with Red Bull before, and he was telling me like, yo, this is a dope opportunity just to like go overseas, travel, as well as document it. And I was like, yeah, why not? Like, and it ended up winning and blowing up. I didn't even expect us to even win. That shit was crazy.
Yeah, no, that's dope. So can you speak a little bit on expanding your network? So you're an entrepreneur, right? Videographer, right. You're out here doing your thing. Can you talk about, I mean, people say it all the time, your network is your net worth. For you especially, you need clients, right? You need people to see the work that you're doing. You need people to, one, appreciate it, but also want to tap in with you. So can you talk about what it was like to expand your network from like, okay, I'm working with Boston musicians. Now, I'm sure you've worked with like people outside of just Boston artists, right? What was that? When did you really see like, all right, this is something where I could go big with this as opposed to just staying in my local area?
Yeah. So I realized it could just be something big just off of the first month I bought my actual camera. Like I think I worked over the whole summer like 3 jobs just to save up for a camera, like an actual nice camera, like $3,000 camera. And I just remember the first month that I actually started shooting and just like promoting my stuff and going out there, I made that money right back. Literally that 1 month, and it took me like 3 months during the summertime, 3 jobs just to make that, and I made that back in 1 month with the video. So I was like, okay, so like the video stuff is something like I could really do. And then I think just like over time, just shooting with more people and just like really like my videos spread just like kind of word of mouth. Like I would shoot one person, he'd fuck with it, and then he'd go tell like 3 of his homeboys like, yo, Santos is nice. And then I work with them, and then it just like ends up just being word of mouth. People see the video, like, and then it just starts to build up over time. And then even to the point where like I've had a couple clients in Atlanta, LA, Miami, people, even people in like, bro, random places have hit me up, like Oklahoma, Tennessee, like just random places. So I think just over time I started to realize like oh shit, this could be like an actual thing to take off.
Is there like somebody like the biggest artist you've worked with where you're like, damn, like this is different?
Yeah, recently Corday.
Oh, that's I remember you went on that like HBCU tour with him, right? Yeah. Tell me about that.
Dude, that was crazy. Just like, because before that I didn't really work with any big artists. Like I've been around, like before that I was around like I hung out before with like A Boogie and Don Q and like Hybrids the label, and also like I met Lil Baby's peoples in Atlanta. I met like a bunch of different artists and even hung out with them, but like that was someone like I have Corday's number, like I'm in like personal contact with him, like he knows me, I know him, like I'm working for him right now. So that whole experience was crazy, and the way it came about was just like someone I shoot for in Boston knows his manager, and his manager is like, yo, we need a cameraman ASAP. And they just asked me. I was like, yeah, of course. And literally flew me out like within like 24 hours to go out there. And then I met him like the first day or like a couple days into the tour, and we just literally I was just there with him for like the whole next couple weeks or next week, just like following him around, filming, learning how he likes stuff. I don't know, it's weird, like just like seeing a celebrity and then you end up meeting them, and then it's like I don't know how to explain it. It's like you really think these people are like so much different from us on a whole nother level, and you start to see like, bro, they're just like
they're
us.
super regular.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So for you, have you noticed like a difference between when you kind of start working with different tiers of artists? Like you got your people who got a local buzz, you got
Yeah.
people who are kind of starting to blow up a little bit, and you got someone on the level of Corday where he's naturally, like he's a legit celebrity.
Yeah.
Have you noticed there's a difference in terms of how you work with different tiers of artists?
Um, Not really. I try to treat everyone kind of the same. Like um, usually if I do a video with someone, I fuck with them like off the jump. Like I said, I'll do my research and see what they're about, their image, their music, and I usually ask people like, "Yo, you know this person, or what you think about this person?" Stuff like that. So usually like I kind of treat everyone the same. Working with Corday though, it kind of opened my eyes to like the industry, and how they dish it. Everything's like kind of fast paced, and you got to be on top of everything. Like, so like I'd say when I first started, I was a little bit more laid back, and then once I went with him, like we was shooting like literally. I had the camera rolling like 24/7. Like even like we're going to Hibachi, I'm filming him. We're going to a club, I'm filming him. We're in the van, him and Naomi, I'm filming them. Like everything's being documented, and then it's like you always gotta be ready to pull out the camera. There's no like real like leisure time like that. So I feel like that kind of just opened my eyes to like being more like just like trying to be more fast paced and just like I gotta be ready for anything to happen. But in terms of like just like the way I treat people, I feel like for the most part everyone's like kind of the same.
So, do you have like a favorite shoot just in terms of how it turned out, maybe the process? You were just like, dang, this was really fun. Like, do you have a favorite shoot that you did?
A couple. I feel like all the best shoots are always when you go like OT out of town. Like traveling shoots are just the best. Like over the last year, I went to LA. I shot a video for Dita Flyers in LA, and we ended up getting invited to Millie shoot with G Herbo, and that was like super fun. Just like being there behind the scenes, shooting some behind the scenes, being G Herbo, and it's like honestly anything where like I'm traveling, like going to Miami, you get to go on a yacht, jet ski. It's like it's fun, it's work, but it's like also a lot of fun. So it's like and you get to experience new things, talk to new people, network, expand. So I definitely say just like anything, any of the shoots that been like out of state have been definitely like by far like the best shoots, just like experience wise.
Is there something that you've learned, either one of the people you were working with, you just got game from them, or there's something like a lesson you feel like over the past couple of years? Because now you've been doing this for 5 years, something like that.
Yeah, it's been a little over 3 now.
Okay.
Like 3 and like maybe like 6 months.
3 and some change.
Yeah.
So over the last 3.5 years, is there something you've learned, or maybe some advice someone's given you that you really feel like, all right, this really helped me when I started implementing that?
Yeah, I think one just it's really not who you know. It's really not what you know. It's who you know. I feel like that's a big thing. Like I've kind of learned just by meeting different people and traveling and shit like that, and also just like I don't know when you do videos and stuff like that. I'm trying to remember the kid's name that I talked to, but he was like a bigger videographer that I had met. Like I think it was like on Lil Durk's tour or something like that. I can't remember who, but he was just saying like this creative stuff. Like sometimes like it's just like when you get like writer's block and stuff like that. Like you gotta just make sure you're having fun with it and like I don't know, keep it fresh. Otherwise, it's gonna turn into a job and you're gonna like kind of feel washed out. And then I think another advice I got is just like the music industry is like so like it's like a facade. You gotta like kind of be able to see like all right, what's fake, who's fake. Like I've learned a lot, and I feel like just like from certain experiences I've learned like all right, you can't really trust this person, or like you gotta make sure like what's really business and what's like friendships, because a lot of people act like your friends to get better deals or even to run off on you with money or like cut you out of something, or like so you gotta really be able to just kind of tell like all right, this is business or this is that, and you can't really like trust a lot of people.
Do you remember a time where maybe this was like a frustrating experience? Either you were dealing with that kind of creative block, or you were dealing with somebody who was just really tough to work with them. Do you remember like maybe your most frustrating experience through this journey?
Yeah, there's a couple of them honestly. I get creative block here and there. Like there's times like like just recently, like the last month, like I did like maybe like 10 videos, and I don't know why everything was just coming to me like perfectly. Like everything was just flowing. Like every video I shot, I'm just like, all right, I know I'm gonna do this and that, and it was coming out exactly the way I wanted the way I wanted it to. And then like I think like a month before that, I was kind of in the spot where like I'd open up the video and just like stare at it and just have no idea what to do with it. And it's just like I don't know, stuff like that. Sometimes I would just like try to either take a break or just like go watch other videos or just like go outside and just like, you know, like free your mind. But in terms of like something that's like frustrating, recently, not really. Maybe in the start, like where I feel like I wasn't as vocal with certain artists, and they would kind of try to take over, or like, I don't want to say boss me around, but like kind of tell me what to do or do this. Like that's when it kind of gets like annoying. Like, bro, like we're supposed to be collabing on this, and trying to treat me like a cameraman almost, like, or someone that's like beneath you. And not,
trying
like,
to little bro you.
Yeah, and someone that's not to your level. So I'd say just like, I haven't had that problem recently. Everyone I've been working with is like respectful and just like we see eye to eye with shit.
Now, for you, knowing where you're at right now, over the next year, 2 years, right? First of all, actually, let me back up. How did COVID affect your hustle? Because like for a while there, you probably came home for COVID, right? So you're tell me about that, because it's like life got different.
Yeah.
Maybe people aren't going outside as much. How did it affect your hustle, if at all?
When COVID first hit, I was still at school, and you know that's when school went back to like Zoom and stuff like that. I was shooting like no videos for like from like March to like maybe like May. I didn't really shoot much, just cause like everything like shut down. You can't go out. Like there's no point in going outside. And then I think like during the summertime of COVID, it was kind of slower, but I think like people started to get PUA and the PPP, and the scammers were going crazy, man. I mean, people were paying any prices for videos. I remember like I was getting calls like the day of, like, yo, Santos, I'm trying to shoot. I was telling niggas like, yeah, 1,600, bro. Like if you want me, like, bro, people were calling me like 2 a.m. Like, yo, bro, I need you. I'm throwing a party right now. I need you here. I'll pay whatever price. I'm just like, all right, bro, I'm there. 1,600. He's like, bet, got you. Pull up.
That's crazy.
I'm there. So a lot of that was happening. So actually, like I was shooting less videos, but like the price of the videos went up during that time. So it was like, it wasn't too bad.
That's not bad at all.
Yeah.
1,600 to pull up. That's not bad.
No,
What's your prices at right now? Talk that money talk.
So right now videos range from anywhere for like 1,000 to 1,500. But I do package deals. It depends on like the person, the way they ask and stuff like that. Cause you know what I'm saying. Like if you just come out and hit me like 1,000, bro, I'm not paying that. I'm trying to pay 500. Like
that's not gonna happen. That's below you.
But if you come at me like, yo, bro, my budget's 500. Could we do like a payment plan or some shit? Sometimes I'll do something like that. But mainly I've been doing new clients like 1,000 to anywhere to 1,500. And then usually people who like say like, yo, I want to do 2-3 videos a month. I'll do like, all right, like we could do 2-3 videos, 800 each, like that type of thing.
Word, that makes sense. Yeah. Like, so have you ever turned people down just not because of like money, but just like, I don't like your music?
All right, so yes, but I don't explicitly tell them. Like a lot of times, like when people hit you up, you know, when people hit you up on Instagram, like if you don't follow them, it goes to the requested.
Yeah.
So I'll do my research. I'll pull up some people. Like I click on his page. I'm like, I'm listening to his music. It's sounding like bro's not really developed, or he don't really like. He's just doing it for the like, you know, it sounds like almost like I don't want to say SoundCloud rapper, but like just like kind of just like bullshitting. Like he's just doing it for fun, or doesn't take it serious. I'm like, I don't really, you know what I'm saying? Like I can't really see a video to it, or just like, I don't know. I'm just like, yeah, bro, I'm not really feeling it. Cause I've done videos in the past, like right when I first started, I used to do videos like that. I didn't really fuck with the music, and yo, it was the worst. Cause it was like, bro, I just did not enjoy it. So now I really just like, you know what I'm saying? If I enjoy it, or even if I see other people like, okay, like a lot of people rock with that shit. That's not necessarily something I would listen to, but like I see a lot of people do it. Like I'm like, all right, I could work with that. So I don't really never say no to anyone. Like I don't think I've ever said like no. I just really probably won't respond.
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah. And you're at the point where it's like, yeah, you got options. Like you don't have to work with anybody at all. Is there a difference between, like, let's say someone wants to hit you, they're having like a function or something like that. Is that different than a music video shoot in terms of how you operate, how you charge?
Yeah.
Like,
So I used to do events and parties and stuff like that. I don't do them shits no more. Absolutely not. I hate them shits.
Why?
Because, yo, I used to do events and parties. And first of all, people used to get drunk. Yo, pop the champagne, spray the camera, spray me.
That's crazy.
Like, you know those type of things. I'm like, yo, bro, every time I went to a party, niggas is popping champagne, spraying the camera. I'm like, I'm going home. My camera won't even turn because the champagne's just sticky on it. And after that, I was just like, yeah, like, I'm all set. Like, this is not not my type of thing. Just being around drunk people filming them is
it's
not fun.
Nah,
yeah.
I got you. Being around drunk people, you being only sober one is terrible.
Yeah.
Now, is there a dream collaboration that you have right now? Is there someone you like, ooh, if I get to work with them, it's raps?
Yeah, Durker baby.
That's fire.
And it's crazy because I met Lil Durk's videographer. I kept trying. I didn't know what the fuck to say to him to be like, yo, bro, I'm trying to collab. Like, I was like, but I just like, I think I got like his phone number or his IG. I think I got his IG and he followed me. But definitely Durk or Lil Baby would be lit.
Yeah, no, that would be. I feel like you do that, you're out of here.
Yeah, definitely.
The price is gonna be exorbitant after that. So from that point, looking down the line, next year, 2 years, couple years, right? Where do you see yourself going, and where do you want to be?
So I think I want to build a team because it's starting to get to the point where it's like, bro, I can't do this everything on my own. Like, it's kind of like I just grabbed the second phone just because it was like I couldn't answer everything on my main phone, or it was just like, it was just too much all on one phone. And then it's like, I still feel like I need like an assistant or something, because sometimes it'd be so hard to edit, shoot, get back to people, talk about videos, ideas. Like, that should be scheduling. That should be mad complicated. So definitely within the next like year or so, definitely want to build a team, just like of people I could call, like say another backup cameraman or someone to hold the camera, or this guy who knows about lights or so and so. So everyone, you know what I'm saying? So like everyone kind of has their part, and it takes a load off of me. And then I started this vlog series called Life of a Videographer, and I really want that to take off within the next year. Just kind of show people like, yo, it's cool to be a cameraman. Like we do cool things. But I say that, building a team, and really just, I don't know, travel, expand. I'm not really trying to stay in Boston like the next couple of years. I really want to get out there, shoot with more people like from outside of Boston, Florida, like really wherever. Just, I don't know, just I feel like I'm starting to like, I know almost not all the rappers in Boston, obviously not, but like a lot of the popping people and stuff like that. So I definitely want to expand and just start to shoot with new people, New York, shit like that.
Yeah, I mean, I know it's coming. So with all that being said, like I said, you're one of those people, like, I mean, for me, like I said, I remember when you was like, yo, I'm doing this videography stuff. And then just to see like, yo, he did it, and you're doing it. So for people who want to tap in with you, possibly book you, just see what you got going on, where can people find you at?
Santosvisions on Instagram or in YouTube, but definitely if you DM me, throw a comment in the replies, like check DM or something, so I can see it for sure. But right now just my Instagram. I'm working on a website right now, but
word. So the link to that will be in the description at Santosvisions on Instagram. Look them up on YouTube, Santosvisions. Like I said, the links will be in the description. If you want to follow me, I'm on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at _TrevWoods. You can follow the podcast on Instagram and TikTok at the Global Renaissance Pod. This has been another episode. If you're listening to this on YouTube, right, make sure you give it a like, you comment any feedback, you subscribe to the channel for sure. If you're listening to this on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, leave a review, 5 stars, hopefully. Tap in with me, tap with Tyler. Bro, I appreciate you coming through.
Likewise, bro.
This has been another episode of Global Renaissance Podcast, and I'll see you on the next one.